Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We turn our attention now to security. We've got Dr. Onaikomo, who is a security consultant. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning, sir.
Looking at that particular scenario where multiple bomb blasts targeting University of Maiduguri, we did ask the Army General the other day, Major General, why that is a soft target. And he spoke about that. But from what you've seen, we also did ask him, can we actually see this suicide bombings stop, or are we expecting too much if we say we expect them to stop? Because people say the kind of reactions we see perhaps is not commensurate with what a lot of people expect. What do you think?
Suicide bombing, or more correctly, person-borne IED, PBIED, is a method of delivery of a weapon to a target, meaning someone had chosen a target, had chosen an asset they wanted to destroy, and they had fashioned a weapon to destroy that asset, in this case an IED, and then they had chosen a method of delivery of the IED, because there are so many methods of delivering IED to a target. You can use a vehicle bomb, you can use a roadside bomb, a plant, you can use even an Okada borne IED or wheelbarrow. You can carry it in any manner, but in this case you choose a person to carry it. Now, usually this person is indoctrinated. This person is told that they should just carry this thing, and it's for their own good, that this life they are living is not a very good life, so they go to the next life, which is much better. And this person is perhaps even drugged to be compliant, and so on and so forth. But I think the most important thing is the brainwashing part of it, and such that it's internalized. And then in some cases, some people are paid. They are even given as little as 500 naira or 2,000
to go do that.
Yeah, to go do that. And they say they'll be told that the money will be given to their NOK, next of kin. So the thing here is it's a method of delivery. So I want you to understand from a threat assessment perspective, the way we look at things in my field, security. You know, you have to look at the threat, and you have to look at this is a means. So the question you're asking me is, how do you control that means of delivery of that IED? Let's forget about all the morality about people carrying bombs, killing people and all that. But the point is, it's just a method. And in fact, the Americans came up with another one. They say it's a smart bomb, because it chooses its own target, and it, you know, latches on the target and then detonates so that it can neutralize or destroy, kill, whatever, compromise the target. Now, having said that, the point now becomes, how do we stop that flow? Because that is the bigger questions you and I have dealt with on this program many times. You know, de-radicalization, rehabilitation, reintegration of people into society. There's still a lot of desperation, a lot of hunger in the Northeast.
You think that contributes?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a recruiting ground. I mean, somebody who is really very desperate, you just say, I'll give you 2,000 naira to give your child to eat. Okay, carry this somewhere and go and deliver. Of course, it's a good narrative as far as they're concerned.
But can we, grade it? I mean, to what extent, or what percentage would that be? Because if you say it's an ideology, it doesn't matter if you're not hungry. If you subscribe to the ideology, you may be susceptible.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about the de-radicalization. That's the first D. That's very important, because you have to reprogram whoever has been programmed in one direction. Now, let me tell you, this thing takes time. It doesn't take a day. It takes time to happen. That means either radicalizing or de-radicalizing. It's not a one-day job. So it is the kind of mental maps that people carry in their heads that ends up determining whether they're going to be radicalized or they're going to be de-radicalized. That is, if they've been radicalized, if you can reprogram them the other way to say, no, those mental maps you are carrying are wrong. They are, they are weird. They are nutty. They are crazy. They are loser, to use Trump's words. So, and you have to be able to get to that place. That is the problem we have in this country. And this is why you see these bombings. They are persistent. They are not going away. And we keep saying we are winning. Yes, we are winning. We've won the territory, but we haven't won the war yet. The war is still ongoing, because people are still delivering bombs, taking out lives and things like that. So what do we need to do quickly? Is that we have said the people who are core fighters, you can never change them, you can never reprogram them. But there are many fringe Boko Haram elements, sympathizers, admirers. There are very many, perhaps even in their millions. So we need to craft a message that will get to those people. We need to craft a message, and in the language that they will understand, that will get to those people. It is called communication, powerful communication. You have to identify that population, and you have to craft that message to get to those people. So that is, for me, that is the biggest thing in there. We need to get that. Of course, there are other things we say from a law security point of view, more intelligence resources, more police assets,
let me
and all that. Yes,
that was where I was going to, because, I mean, if you look at the way we respond to this, I know that when 9/11 happened, they had a response to it. They had Homeland Security.
Yes.
Different countries also had their own response.
They created Homeland Security Agency.
But here, how have we responded? Because if you go on the streets there, what level of awareness are the people on? Do they readily volunteer information to people? And who do they call if they suspect anything going on? Are all of those things in place?
Well, you've just said one of the doctrines I've been trying to preach on your program for a long time, that 911 number. I keep saying we don't have an emergency number that you can call, and that can be audited to know if the people even did the right thing, handled it properly, and so on. We have so many agencies in Nigeria, and you know there's a lot of competition. We have what we call silo mentality among the agencies.